Hello, and welcome back to Daily. I am your host, Danny, and obviously today we have a different looking background. That's a real dog. That's not an AI dog. That is a real dog named Prudence. So today's episode is not really going to be an episode, more of just I guess, a show update. Unfortunately, Prudence, as pictured here, last week passed away. And to be honest, I really have not thought about AI. I haven't thought about anything. I haven't been looking, I haven't been reading, haven't been doing anything related to that. And instead, I've just been spending a lot of time with my family and as we process this. And so as we, upload on Tuesdays, I thought, well, I'm not going to do a real episode, but I will at least give you an update on as what is happening and why there is no real episode of this week. This happened the following Wednesday, hence why there was no upload on Thursday as well. I think I mentioned maybe trying to do uploads, like shorter uploads on Thursdays, but we were preoccupied, obviously. So, just briefly, I guess I'd like to talk about Prudence. It's obviously such a difficult thing, losing a member of your family, but this time around, for me, I actually, process this. I think in previous scenarios or situations, where I've lost a grandparent, or some years ago we lost a dog that I grew up with named Biscuit. I just kind of put it, in the back of my mind, and I don't really go through the motions, and I don't really think about it and feel it. Whereas this time, I was there for the whole process. We were there with her in her final moments, which was both hard, obviously, but also I'm happy that we were there. My fiance and I, we were there the entire time. So I guess in a way, it was very difficult to say goodbye that way, but all things considered, I'm glad that we were standing right in front of her. So, I won't go too much into detail of exactly what happened, but just a kind of a freak thing, and she was only 6. So, my advice to any other dog owners out there, we had no signs that there was anything wrong until the morning of, and then that morning at 4:30. We noticed she was kind of acting strange. She was panting, couldn't stand up either. That was the big indicator that we had a situation. But then the day before, we had no indications that anything was wrong. So, these things happen. They can happen very suddenly, very quickly. And so I guess if I could offer any advice or any tips is, that would be to, just check on your dogs any chance, if you think something is wrong, really, really take a moment to look, and process what's happening. And as I mentioned, there were no warning signs, which made it, all the more scary and unpredictable. But, Prudence, my time with her was relatively short. I met Prudence in 2022. And we moved in together, if you will, just a few months, back in November of 2024. I at least got to spend a lot of time with her, here at the house, and going for walks and stuff. So she was the best dog. I mean, she didn't have a mean bone in her body. I mean, all she cared about was, making sure that we were happy, and what we were doing. And even here in the studio, there were, well, I say studio, but it's just an extra room we have here at the house. But I would put her up on this bed. Sometimes you could see over my left shoulder here. She'd be over there snoozing away. So it's definitely it's difficult, but we're getting through it. We're processing, and I'm just not really, obviously in the mood to do any sort of AI. I don't really care about AI at the moment, which is fine, which is totally fine. So, thank you all for watching, listening, for understanding. And I guess now would be a good time to mention, in the past week, I've been staying as busy as I possibly can. So I edited like an NFL hype video thing and put that on Twitter, and I've started recording and uploading some like video game content to a YouTube channel, and just trying to doing this, obviously, little mini episode, if you will, as a little update. Just trying to stay busy, just trying to keep moving, but obviously always remembering Prudence, and I'm trying to live my life from now on the way that she did, which was, very enthusiastically and curious, and but just above all, just nice. She was a really nice dog. Unless you worked for Amazon or UPS, then she really did not like you. But anybody else, I mean, she really didn't have a problem with. So, yeah, okay. I think that's going to do it for this little update. The following week, we will be back with our normal, regularly scheduled programming. I have no idea what I'm going to talk about or what's going on. I guess the only AI content that I will talk about today, I was uploading a video to YouTube, and I noticed at the very bottom of like the upload screen, there's a little checkbox that says, is this content made with AI? And it said specifically like synthetic media, which I've used that term a couple times, and we've talked about what that's going to look like. But it's pretty interesting that YouTube, that's the first time I've seen that little checkbox. And some of the things that they talked about were, does this include a real place or real people that have been altered, and they're doing things or saying things that is not real. So it'll be interesting to see how that evolves in the future with deep fakes and all that stuff that we talked about a couple weeks ago. So, okay, that's going to be it for me. Thank you so much for watching, listening, and understanding. And make sure you hug your dogs and pet them. Give them an extra biscuit today. Why not? In the name, or in the memory of our dog Prudy. Okay, I will see you all next week.